67-69 start for you, Aaron. How's it feel so far?
Yeah, very pleased with the first 2 days. It's a tricky course. The rough's thick. Had a little bit more wind today, so it was tricky. There were some scoreable holes for sure, but overall it's a good test of golf. So I think anything under par is a good score both days. So very pleased with how they've gone.
Coming into the week, couple T15 finishes mixed with some miscuts. What's just been the key this week for keeping it going through the weekend?
It's a good question. Probably it started off yesterday. I think just having a pretty positive attitude and a good mindset over shots, and I think staying very patient even though things sometimes always don't go your way. And I think that was really key after I think the 5th hole yesterday. Got off to a good start and then was 4 over through holes 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then mindset really was what turned it around, and just seeing things in a slightly better and clearer way, and finished off great yesterday and just kind of rolled with a lot of that today. So it's very hard to put your finger on exactly what it is that makes those change, but yeah, hopefully we can continue with that.
Harry Higgs was just here talking about something similar and really enjoying himself on the golf course. Do you feel that you're able to enjoy yourself more and like shift that positive thinking and then it translates into play?
Yeah, that's so important. I think in any sport it's such a mental challenge, and I think that's what often differentiates a lot of players in a given sport. And I think some days you can do that better and some days it's a little bit harder to do that. So I think that's just human nature, but I think the more we can kind of be present with those things and kind of give our best on each shot and try and stay as positive as possible, even though it's very difficult, I think it can only yield good things over a period of time.
Just mentioning the course, it's a new course for us here on the PGA Tour. How do you describe it to somebody that's watching at home?
Yeah, there are two pretty different nines. The first 9 is pretty difficult. There are a couple of short par 4s, but the middle stretch from holes 3 through till 6 are pretty difficult. I'm sure a lot of players have been saying the same thing. And on the back 9, you've got a few more chances. There are still some difficult holes sprinkled in there with like the par 3 11th. 17 is a good hole as well. So it's a real mixed bag where you've got some scoring opportunities but some difficult holes. But I think the key is to kind of keep it on the fairways. The rough is so thick this week, and it just gives you that little bit more control coming into the greens, because the greens are quite slopey as well. So it's a good challenge, it's a good course, and it's in fantastic condition.
Yesterday you were 3 over through 6. Today you are 8 under through 36. That's pretty incredible. What were you feeling on the 6th hole, or on maybe the 7th hole yesterday?
I felt pretty calm, to be honest, and as I was saying earlier, it's a funny game, and I think the mind is. You can sometimes be playing great, but sometimes be doubtful in the mind and not feel amazing over certain shots, or you can sometimes be playing quite poorly, but then kind of flick a switch in the mind and feel very positive about what you're doing and what's to come. So I think that was the biggest thing there. Even on hole number 7, the score, we were 3 over through 6, as you said, but I felt pretty calm and felt pretty settled in the situation we were in, and I think that was key for then finishing off the round very strongly.
Do you have like mental processes to keep yourself from getting too negative in any moment?
I try to. I think a lot of that for me lies in just perspective. Being out here is such a blessing. It's amazing competing on the PGA Tour, and I think just trying to stay as present as possible, as cliche as that sounds, but a few different techniques just to try and stay as present as possible. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.